All right, y'all. What I tell y'all, meat on the table. Hopefully, y'all got this in quick enough. We beat the bump. I think you get bumped to like 269, 270 or whatever. If you didn't get it in before the bump, I'm sorry. I can't do anything about it. I wish I could. Next time, you're just gonna have to be quicker. You're gonna have to turn on these post notifications whenever we post on YouTube, so you can be the first to watch it and get these plays locked in before everybody else. Um, Like I said, it's going to put me on the table. I felt really good about the play. Thankfully, Fafita came through. He should have had 300 yards, in my opinion. I don't know what Arizona was doing the entire game. Um, the passing game was working early, and then they went to the run game, and they got obliterated. So um, I don't know why they got away from it. I think he should have thrown for over 300 yards. We still got there, so I'm happy with that. Um, going to give y'all two free plays here in a second and go over the rest of the night and how we did. But yeah, wanted to go over this really quickly. Apologize to the ones that didn't get it in before the bump. If you did get it in before the bump, congratulations for tailing. Thank you for having faith in me and my plays, because a lot of people have been hating on Instagram, and just fuck them, man. Like I said, you can't win them all, but as long as you're winning more than you're losing, which is what we do, because we have a strict math-based plan here, you're going to make money. And I've showed you all the plan before. I've showed you the way that we do it and how we do it and why it makes you money. This didn't really correlate to the math that we always do. I'll show you those in a second. But I really, really liked the game script for this one, and it worked out in our favor. Avery Johnson, 110 yards rushing. He hadn't hit that all year. He hadn't hit 43 and a half rushing yards all year. Why would he turn to the run game now in this game? Well, maybe because it's a top 25 matchup. He's at home. His legs are the best thing about him. His passing wise, he's decent. He hasn't thrown over for 200 yards yet this season. So, his legs are what makes him such a great quarterback. And in top 25 matchups, he's going to use his legs, man. And the coach is going to use his legs. Just things you got to think about. As far as Fafita and McMillan game script, like I said, top 25 matchup, they're going to go to their playmaker and McMillan, obviously. And I figure if McMillan goes over 7 receptions, he should get over 267 yards. And honestly, I think Fafita should have soared over this line, but he still got there. So it is what it is. Anyways, enough of the yapping. Let's get into the free plays, and then we can talk about some other things as well. All right. So here we go. First play here, we're going to NC State correlation play, and then we're going to take the two Texas Tech wide receivers. They didn't have the quarterback available, which sucks, but I do like both of these Texas Tech wide receivers against North Texas. I think like the over-under in this game is like 66.5, which is insane. Um, the weather looks really good for this game. Talking about Texas Tech and North Texas, the weather looks really good. It should be a shootout. Both teams suck on defense. Um, Kelly gets like 10 targets a game at least, and Douglas has seen like 4 to 5 targets a game. Um, and they're both really, really explosive wide receivers. Love these two guys. Texas Tech is air raid, so I'm going to take them over their receiving yards. I wish I could get the quarterback, but he wasn't available, so we took two wide receivers. We're going to pair it up here with NC State. They just got embarrassed. So here's how you have to think about this. NC State just got embarrassed on national television against Tennessee. Do we all expect it? Yes. Did it still happen? Yes, they're embarrassed. Like they lost what, like 52-7 or something? It was awful. They had to come home and play Louisiana Tech now. What do we think they're gonna do to Louisiana Tech, honestly? They're gonna try and run up the fucking score, baby. So we're gonna take advantage here. Take McCall over his 1.5 passing touchdowns with Conception over 72.5 receiving yards. This is their best weapon on offense. And while it could lead to a blowout, I don't think they care just because they got embarrassed last week. So this team hasn't proved anything either. They struggled against Western Carolina. They need to make a statement in this game. So I really, really do like McCall here over 1.5 passing touchdowns with Conception over 72.5 receiving yards. I think these two guys are gonna have a really good game. Weather looks good. So they should look to have a bounce back game here after that embarrassing loss to Tennessee last week. And then I already explained these two. Really like this game. Should be high scoring offenses, fast pace. a lot of throwing. So this is the first slip, 9.36x. As you can see, I'm not betting 500 on it, y'all. I told y'all last night I'm only betting 500 because I felt so confident in that play. I'm going back down to $100, staying smart with it, building the bankroll. 17 weeks in the season, y'all. You got to go with it slowly. You can't go and try to make all your money at once, okay? So just remember, don't overbet shit. It's not worth it, man. I do really, really like this play, but I'm still only going $100 here, okay? Nothing crazy. All right, moving on. Next play and last play for y'all for free this weekend. We're going Maryland quarterback over passing yards with his main wide receiver over 5.5 receptions. Now this kind of goes back to like McMillan and Fafita. If their main wide receiver, who's explosive and is a big playmaker, is getting 6 touches, 6 receptions, I think Bryan Edwards should go over his 244 passing yards, especially against a UVA defense that has looked awful against the pass. This has Maryland throwing it all over it, written all over it. And like I said, Felton is their main guy. So I'm taking him over his receptions with Edwards over his passing yards. Next, I'm going to get so much hate for this, but it's the same thing as the NC State game. Same exact thing as the NC State game. Do I think Florida State is going to run the ball more? Maybe. It's Memphis, so maybe. But I'm pretty sure Memphis has been pretty decent against the run this year, last time I checked. And while they have played a bunch of nobodies, and this is Florida State, Florida State hasn't looked good against anyone yet in the run game, so they played Boston College and they played Georgia Tech, who's been awful against the run. So I'm going to take DJ over 2 touchdowns against Memphis. Are we serious? Why not try and build him some confidence here? You're back at home. This is DJ's probably last chance that they give him before they pull him as a starter, in my opinion. If he plays like shit in this game, I think that's it. So he's got to show out. You got to build some confidence for him. Get him over 1.5 passing touchdowns. And why not take his main wide receiver over his receiving yards? Douglas has hit this in both games this year for Florida State. And DJ has looked like shit in those games. So you think here against an easier opponent in Memphis, why wouldn't Douglas, be the main target again here while you're building DJ's confidence? That's kind of my reasoning there behind that. I really do like FSU tomorrow. I think it's another bounce back spot, just like how we were talking about NC State. So I'm taking these two, and I'm pairing it with Maryland. I think this Maryland UVA game will be a really good game as well. So those are your 2 free plays there. They're both. I bet 100 on this one too. It should be like 9.3x as well. So 2 9.3x slips. Hopefully one of them hits. If they don't, it doesn't matter because you already got this slip, which is 6x. So you're taking 3 total slips from us this weekend. You should already be guaranteed 3 units of profit if you're betting all our free plays. As far as premium, let's talk about it. We had the best start we could have to the weekend today. So obviously we hit this 3-man, right? But then if you come down here, I don't even care if y'all see these because most of these lines are bumped anyways, or if you want to pair them with random shit, you can. But you look here, Fafita, McMillan, and then you pair it with Jackson Dart and Trey Harris. We're already halfway cash, baby. So, like I said, more than likely, Mississippi's going to run up the score on Wake Forest. They've been running up the scores in the last 2 games that they played. Well, I should say the first 2 games of the season. But Wake Forest is a Power 4 team. They haven't even played a Power 4 team yet. So why wouldn't they not run up the score on a Power 4 team? Makes them look better, even better than what they have looked like. So I'm taking Jackson Dart over his passing yards again with Trey Harris, the man, over 86.5. If you look here, another great setup for us here. McMillan over the longest catch. And look at this line on Fafita we got. We got this on Tuesday. He got bumped 17 yards since Tuesday. And look at us now. 250 wasn't even a sweat. That 267.5 was a sweat. So those early slips in the week matter, man. I'm telling y'all. These bumps are crazy. So we got the longest catch here with Fafita passing yards. We paired it with Shadur, who's at like 317 now in most books. We took Joe Horn. I went back and forth between Travis Hunter and Joe Horn. Um, I took Joe Horn, man. I think he's their deep ball guy. I love Travis Hunter. He's very athletic, very big playmaker. However, if you look at most of Travis's throws, they're not 25 yards down the field. They're like 10, 15 yards down the field, and Travis has to go make that extra 11, 12 yards to get that longest catch. While Joe Horn can just run down, or is it Jimmy Horn? I might be saying his name wrong. Either way, Horn. Uh, Most of his balls are deep balls. They're 20, 25 yards down the field. So he doesn't have to have much yak to get this longest catch. So that's why I took these two, paired it with Fafita, but we're not done there. We also have these. I told y'all I didn't want Travis Hunter's longest catch. I took Travis Hunter's receiving yards. He's their main target, so I'm going to go to him. Shadur, Travis Hunter, look at this. Money. Love to see it. So we got 3 slips halfway cashed. And we also got a cash tonight, so I'm very, very pleased with the way the weekend started. I think we have over 20 slips ready to go for this weekend tomorrow. If you didn't join the weekend pass, I don't think you can get in. I might make a subscription plan here in like 5 minutes. Actually, not 5 minutes. I might do it here very quickly. Let me just talk over some more stuff real quick. We'll get you that pass made. I'm gonna make y'all one more pass as a last. I'm gonna call it a last chance weekend pass. Anyways, so as you can see here, 3 slips halfway greened, plus the sleeper cash. So great start to our weekend. I'm really, really happy with it. Here's your 2 free plays. Remember, NC State, McCall, and Conception bounce back game against Louisiana Tech after getting embarrassed. Kelly and Douglas receiving yards against North Texas, and what we expect to be a shootout. And the second one, Edwards, Felton from Maryland, main guy, big playmaker, 5.5 receptions. This is a big game for them. Both teams are 2-0, I believe. And Edwards, if their main playmaker is getting 6 touches or 6 receptions, he should hit this yardage. DJ Ukulele, last chance of starter in my opinion. He's got to have a game, got to have a good game. I'm taking him over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I expect them to let him rip the ball tomorrow, be a quarterback for once. And then Ja'Kai Douglas, their main guy, over 41.5 receiving yards against Memphis. That is your 2 free plays. Now let's get y'all. Oh wait, I forgot to tell. If you're gonna tail us, use the code Morrisbros on Sleeper. It's just Sleeper Fantasy. If you're gonna make a deposit, use code Morrisbros. You get your first deposit doubled up to $250. Sorry, I'm like stuttering a lot right now. It's fucking 2 o'clock in the morning, so I'm up grinding for y'all. Hopefully y'all like the video. Actually, like the video right now, subscribe, comment, all that good shit. Helps me out, so I can keep grinding at 2 a.m. for y'all. Anyways, sleeper code Morrisbros, better code Bryce if you're interested. All right, now let's create y'all a last second weekend pass. We're gonna call it last chance weekend. All right, so I know we were doing the 25 for the original weekend pass. I'm gonna charge y'all 30. Okay, I'm not gonna do a code or anything because I don't got time for all that shit. All right, but let's do $30. It's $5 more since you decided to wait. Next weekend, don't wait, or just buy our monthly pass after this weekend. Anyways, $30, no promo code. All NFL and CFB slips this weekend. Okay, I probably should specify. What is it? 9/14 through 9/15. Okay, now remember, if you're gonna buy this plan, y'all, you need to go scrolling through once you're in. You need to scroll through all the slips that we sent out and lock them in, because it's a lot. So y'all are gonna have to grind if you're gonna get this pass. You're gonna have to put in like 15, 20 slips. as soon as you buy this pass. So if you're gonna buy it, make sure you're ready to go and get these slips in. So there you go. This is your last chance to get it. Um, I meant to edit the amount of people that can buy it, but whatever. Last chance to get it right there at $30. I'll link the link to it below so you can just click it and join us that easily. Anyways, that's all I got for y'all today. Great start to the weekend. Great start to the weekend. I won't be posting. I might post an NFL video tomorrow. I'll try to post an NFL free play video tomorrow. Don't quote me on that. I'm gonna try. All right. Peace, y'all.